Stop. Do not scroll past this message. Look at me right now. I need your absolute attention for the next few minutes. Heaven aligned time itself to bring your eyes to these exact words. You did not stumble here by a random accident. I guided your hand to open this video because your soul desperately needs to hear my voice today. The world is full of loud noise. The enemy wanted you to ignore me. He wanted you to rush past this moment. He wanted you to stay trapped in your heavy thoughts. But I am stepping into your atmosphere to break that negative cycle. This is an urgent warning from your Father. Do not close this door, because something massive is about to shift in your life. My beloved child, please open your heart to me. I have a surprise for you. It is a sacred gift. I have kept it sealed for your protection through your darkest nights. You have been praying for a breakthrough in complete silence. You have been asking me for a single sign, and today I am breaking the long silence to give you your answer. Look closely at my face right now. Do not let the digital distractions steal this holy moment away from you. This message was authorized by heaven specifically for your current situation. Your tears have reached my throne. Your silent cries have moved my heart. And I am telling you that your waiting season is finally coming to an end. You have been running on empty strength for too long. You try to hold everything together for everyone else. You smile while your soul is breaking inside. But I see you. I see your deep exhaustion. And I am commanding you to pause your busy life for a moment so I can pour my peace directly into your tired spirit. Do you realize how precise my timing is? You are watching this video at the exact millisecond I intended. The adversary tried to hide this video from your feed. He did this because he is terrified of your future breakthrough. He wants you to believe that I have forgotten your name. But my presence is here to prove that you are chosen. Listen to me with the deepest place of your heart. I am about to reveal a secret truth. This truth will redefine your entire reality. Something has just shifted in the unseen realm. The heavy chains that bound your family are beginning to tremble at my voice. If you walk away now, you will miss the very instructions for your deliverance. I have hidden a great surprise inside this message. It is not a temporary worldly comfort. It is a divine restoration of everything the thief stole from your life. You have lost your joy. You feel like you arrived late to your own destiny. But my grace is about to reverse your losses and make you whole again. Wake up from the fog of anxiety. Lift your eyes to my countenance. I am your safe refuge. I am not a distant judge who looks at your mistakes. I am your loving Father, who carved your name onto the palms of my hands. When you feel completely isolated, I am standing closer than the very air you breathe into your chest. Hear my voice above the chatter of the world. The enemy wants you to focus on your lack. He wants you to stare at your closed doors. But I am the one who holds the keys to your future. When I open a door, no human hand can shut it. And today, I am unlocking the windows of heaven over your life. Do not ignore my pleading today. This is a divine appointment that you cannot afford to miss. Your life has been a series of heavy battles. You feel like a weary warrior who has nothing left to give. But your weakness is the exact stage where my supreme power will be made visible to everyone around you. I know your secret pain. I know how many times you wanted to quit. You sat in the dark and wondered if your prayers were vanishing into thin air. They were not. Every single tear you cried was caught in my heavenly bottle. And now, those tears are turning into the seeds of a massive breakthrough that will shock your enemies. Stay right here with me. Do not let your mind wander to your long list of chores. The urgency of this message is real. I had to interrupt your day because the spiritual warfare around your destiny has intensified. The enemy knows that his time is short. He is trying to drown out my voice with a flood of panic. But I say to you, be still. Let your shoulders relax right now. Take a deep breath and receive my unconditional love. You do not have to fight this battle alone anymore. I am stepping into your ring. I am fighting for your family, and I will ensure that you walk out of this season as a glorious conqueror. My child, do you trust me? Answer me in the silence of your spirit. I am asking for your obedience today. I am not asking for your perfection. Your trembling steps of faith are precious in my sight. I am leading you down a path of light that will completely outshine the dark valleys of your painful past. There is a surprise waiting for you at the end of this message. It will completely transform the way you see your current suffering. You will realize that your heavy delay was actually my protective shield. I kept you hidden in the secret place because the world was not ready for the magnitude of your light. Do not disregard my call. The algorithm of this platform did not bring you here. My sovereign hand engineered this moment. I manipulated circumstances and time to ensure your heart would receive this truth today. You are not a random fragment of creation. You are a carefully formed masterpiece of my own design. The heavy weight you carry in your chest is about to lift. I am stripping away the authority of every negative word spoken over your life. Every label of failure is being washed away by my grace. You are no longer defined by your past trauma. You are defined by my current promise. Lift up your head and rejoice. I am doing a completely new thing in your life. It is springing forth right now. Can you perceive it? The desert of your isolation is about to flow with rivers of living water. The dry season that drained your spirit is officially coming to a close. Get ready to receive a harvest that you did not even plant. Listen to my commanding voice. The enemy has lied to you for too long. He told you that you were left behind. He told you that your mistakes disqualified you from my blessings. Those are cheap illusions from the father of lies. You are my chosen vessel. I chose you before the foundation of the world was laid. Give me just a few more minutes of your time. This investment of your attention will yield an eternal reward. I am setting a table before you in the presence of your enemies. Those who mocked your waiting season will soon watch your public restoration. They will see that the Lord favors you with an everlasting love. There is a great shift happening in the unseen realm right now. The angels are moving at my command to clear your path. Every mountain of debt is being leveled. Every valley of depression is being filled with my joy. The obstacles that blocked your family for generations are crumbling into dust before my face. Do not close your eyes to this warning. The enemy wants to distract you with petty things. He wants you to scroll away to find entertainment. But entertainment cannot heal your broken heart. Only my voice can restore your soul. Stay with me because your deliverance is closer than you can possibly imagine. My child, I love you with an everlasting passion. That is why I am so urgent today. I refuse to let you go another day believing the lies of the enemy. I had to stop your busy routine and demand your attention. This is the moment of your awakening. This is the day your destiny begins to align with heaven. You have a divine destiny. The world cannot give you what I have prepared. The surprise I have for you will reveal your true identity. You will no longer walk in fear. You will walk in absolute victory. Do not turn away from my presence, because I am about to release the breakthrough you have been weeping for. This is my final warning for this opening hour. Keep your eyes fixed on my words. The atmosphere around you is changing as we speak. My glory is descending into your room to push away the heavy darkness. Open your spirit wide and receive the divine instruction that will launch you into your seasonal turn. I know your daily routine. You rush past quiet moments. You think you are too busy. But my child, I see you more clearly than you see yourself in this very hour. You have been carrying a heavy weight that was never meant for your fragile shoulders. And every single morning when you drag yourself out of bed, the familiar heaviness is already sitting on your chest before you can even open your eyes. You feel completely spent. You look at the mirror. You force a fake smile. You tell everyone that you are fine. But beneath that brave mask, your heart is quietly breaking into pieces because you feel entirely invisible to the people around you. They only see your strength. They do not see your pain. You hide your true feelings from the world because you are tired of explaining your deep sadness to people who never understand. I know the exact count of your sleepless nights. You toss and turn in the cold dark. Your mind races with endless questions about your troubled future. And while the rest of the world is sleeping peacefully, you are silently suffocating under the heavy pressure of battles that you cannot share with anyone. You feel so isolated. Nobody knows your silent wars. You just pretend everything is all right. Let us talk about the secret rooms of your life. I saw you when you sat on the edge of your bed in total silence. You let the heavy tears stream down your face without making a single sound. You did this because you did not want your children or your parents to hear your deep agony. You protect them from your darkness while you drown in it alone. I saw you when you hid inside your bathroom today. You turned on the faucet very loud so the rushing water would cover your bitter weeping. You pressed a soft towel against your mouth to choke back your desperate screams. You felt so abandoned by the circumstances that crushed your remaining hope. You asked me why I allowed this storm to tear your life apart. You have been the strong anchor for everyone else. You listened to their complaints and fixed their broken lives with your limited energy. They come to you for shelter when their storms rage. But when your own world starts crumbling, nobody bothers to ask how you are holding up. You are always the giver, but your own cup has been completely empty for months. This severe isolation has created a deep wound inside your soul. You look around a crowded room and still feel completely alone. You wonder if anyone truly knows the real person behind your public achievements. The enemy whispers that you are entirely forgotten, and you are starting to believe his cruel lies during your moments of deep weakness. Let us look back at the doors that recently slammed shut in your face. You worked so hard for that specific opportunity. You prayed with absolute sincerity for many weeks, but instead of a beautiful blessing, you received a cold rejection that made you question your own value before my eyes. You felt like an absolute failure who could never get anything right. You ask yourself why your pure kindness is constantly met with bitter disappointment. You opened your generous heart to people who only wanted to exploit your light. You loved them with an unselfish devotion, and in return, they left you stranded in the dark valley with nothing but broken promises and a heavy load of emotional trauma. I saw you when you walked away from those toxic relationships with an aching chest. You felt a sharp physical pain right behind your breastbone. It was a crushing tightness that sleep could not fix. You carried that heavy burden into every new morning, and it made your daily steps feel like lead while you dragged yourself through the office. You feel like you arrived late to your own destiny because everyone else is moving ahead of you so fast. Your friends are buying beautiful houses and celebrating major breakthroughs. Meanwhile, you are still stuck in the same painful desert of waiting and praying. You feel a deep shame that eats away your confidence every time you check your phone. I know the exact weight of your financial anxiety. You stare at the bank account with panic rising in your throat. You do not know how you will survive the next few weeks. The pressure is suffocating, and it feels like a heavy hand is pressing down on your neck while you try to breathe in the middle of the night. I watch you when you look at your past mistakes with absolute regret. You replay your old failures over and over in your tired mind. You think that if you had made different choices, your current life would not be this messy. The spirit of condemnation has locked you inside a prison of guilt, and you cannot find the key to escape. Let us speak about the chronic exhaustion that has settled into your bones. It is not a tiredness that can be cured by a long weekend of rest. It is a deep weariness of the soul that drains your motivation before the day even begins. You feel like a ghost walking through a cold world that has lost its vivid color and joy. I saw you when you almost threw away your faith last week. You sat in the dark and whispered that you could not do this anymore. You felt like your sincere prayers were just bouncing off a thick brass ceiling. You wondered if I was just a beautiful myth invented to comfort the weak, because the silence was too loud to bear. I saw you when you felt intense envy watching others receive their miracles so effortlessly. They did not seem to pray as hard as you do. They did not live as purely as you try to live. Yet their windows are overflowing with blessings while your plate contains only the dry bread of sorrow and unanswered questions. This unfairness has created a quiet bitterness inside your spirit. You are angry at the circumstances, and you are secretly angry at me. You feel like you have been a faithful warrior who was abandoned on the battlefield. You are tired of being patient, while your youth and your life slip through your trembling fingers. I know how your childhood traumas still echo in your current decisions. You were rejected by the people who were supposed to protect your innocence. You learned to survive by making yourself invisible and shrinking your personality to fit into their boxes. You became a chronic people pleaser just to feel a small shred of safety. And because you have been a pleaser, you have allowed toxic people to cross your holy boundaries. They trample on your peace, because they know you will always forgive them. You suffer in silence while they enjoy the fruits of your hard sacrifice. You feel like a worthless rug that the world uses to wipe its muddy shoes. Let us touch the deepest place of your current heartbreak. Someone you trusted with your deepest secrets has turned their back on you completely. They betrayed your loyalty without a single hint of remorse. The pain of that betrayal feels like a physical blade twisting slowly inside your bleeding heart every single hour. I saw you when you buried that specific dream last month. You decided it was too late for you to be truly happy or successful. You convinced yourself that a mediocre life of survival was all you could ever expect from this cruel world. You closed the book on your passion because the disappointment was too sharp to bear. I watch your hands tremble when you try to pray these days. You do not have the elegant words anymore. You can only utter broken fragments of text or groan in frustration. Your throat feels tight, and you feel a lump of unshed tears that blocks my comfort from entering your heavy atmosphere. You are terrified that this painful wilderness will be your permanent burial ground. You see no signs of water or green trees on the horizon. Every day looks exactly like the previous day of struggle. You feel like you are walking in endless circles inside a thick fog that will never lift from your path. I know you feel dirty because of the secret coping mechanisms you use to numb your pain. You fall into old habits that make you feel instantly guilty afterward. The enemy uses these moments to tell you that you have disqualified yourself from my holy presence. You feel too ashamed to approach my throne of grace. But my beloved child, hear me clearly. In this valley of deep sorrow, I am not pointing a finger at your coping flaws or your hidden bitterness. I see the root of your agony, and I know how much you are hurting inside. I validate every ounce of your physical and emotional exhaustion today because I am your father. But my child, none of it was invisible to me. You thought you were walking completely alone through the cold wind. You believed that my spirit had deserted your life. But I was standing right beside you when you felt the crushing weight of yesterday still sitting heavily on your aching heart. And now, let me tell you with the absolute tenderness your weary soul needs that I never left your side. I need you to understand something very deeply today. My silence in your life was never an act of rejection. It was a strategic pause designed to shield you from unseen arrows. When the world turned its back on you, my arms were already wrapped around your fragile frame, and while you were weeping bitterly in the pitch darkness, I was busy orchestrating your future victory. Do you remember the sharp sting of that recent betrayal? You thought that your kindness was completely wasted on those ungrateful people, but I recorded every single drop of love you poured out into those empty hands. I am keeping an exact account of your secret sacrifices in my heavenly book, because nothing escapes my watchful eyes. Your labor of pure love will receive a grand reward. Let us take your mind back into the ancient history of my faithfulness. There was a young man I placed a very great dream inside. He was pure, and he was completely faithful to my instructions from his youth. Yet I allowed his own jealous brothers to throw him into a deep pit without any mercy. He did not understand the painful situation then, and he wondered why his loving father allowed it. He cried out for help in the suffocating silence of that dark cistern. He asked me why his obedience resulted in such a terrible punishment. He felt completely abandoned by the heaven he trusted so deeply. But my presence was not absent from that dry hole in the ground. I was silently building something beneath the surface that no earthly palace could ever prepare him for. The pit was not his permanent grave. It was his necessary preparation room. His close brothers sold him into harsh slavery, and he had to serve in a foreign land for many long years. He faced false accusations from wicked people, and he was thrown into a deep prison cell. Yet in every single location of his suffering, my sovereign hand was quietly working to refine his inner character. He spent 13 years in the shadow of delay. He watched other men get released while his name was completely forgotten. He had to learn to trust my voice when every circumstance screamed that he was a total failure. But when the precise hour of his destiny arrived, I shook the entire nation of Egypt. I brought him out of the prison and placed him on the highest throne. The pagan king bowed before his divine wisdom. The very brothers who tried to destroy his life had to come to him for daily bread. He realized that his long suffering was actually the divine path to his ultimate purpose. What the enemy intended for evil, I turned into a glorious deliverance for millions of souls. His painful story became a timeless testament of my absolute power. My child, the difficult pit you are sitting in right now is identical to his story. It is not your final destination. It is the sacred shaping ground for the powerful leader I am raising you to become in this generation. Hold fast to the beautiful dream I placed inside your spirit long ago. Do not let the heavy darkness convince you that I have dropped your hand. I was there when the doors of that great opportunity shut in your face. I stood beside you when the business failed and the bills started piling up. I saw your tears when your best friend walked away without a single word of explanation. You thought you were falling behind everyone else in the race of life, but I was actually slowing your steps down for a holy reason. I was shielding your precious soul from rooms you were not ready to enter. I was protecting your generous heart from deceptive people who would break your spirit completely. The delay that made you cry so bitterly was my absolute protection from a massive trap. You cannot see the danger ahead with your human eyes, but I see the end from the very beginning. Let us apply this divine truth to your current exhaustion. The heavy spiritual battles you have been fighting are proof of your magnificent destiny. The enemy does not attack ordinary people who pose no threat to his dark kingdom. He targeted your life because your inner light is about to rise over the darkness. The severe attacks are proof that your season is changing. I remember when you felt like giving up entirely last month. You sat on the floor of your living room and asked me to take away your heavy breath. You felt like you had run out of strength to face another morning of struggle. But I sent my unseen angels to sustain your fragile body in that critical hour, because your assignment on this earth is not yet complete. You are a chosen vessel of my glory. I did not bring you through the raging fire just to let you burn into ashes. I did not lead you into this dry wilderness to abandon your family to starvation. The shaking you feel right now is not the sign of your destruction. It is the labor pains of a magnificent breakthrough that will surprise everyone. Look back at the moments I delivered you in the past. Remember when you thought you would never survive that old heartbreak. You thought the pain would last forever. But I healed your wounds and gave you your smile back. I provided the money when your bank account was completely empty. Why do you doubt my ability to rescue you from this current storm? My faithfulness does not have an expiration date. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. The promises I made to your ancestors are still valid for your children today. You need to lift your heavy chin and remember whose blood flows through your spiritual veins. You are an heir to an unshakable kingdom, and your father owns the entire universe. Let the heavy anxiety drain out of your mind right now. I am stripping the power away from every negative voice that spoke failure over your future. The people who mocked your quiet waiting season will soon watch your public restoration. They will see that the Lord favors you with an everlasting love, and they will wonder how you survived the storm. I am creating a beautiful path through the middle of your deep sea. The obstacles that looked like permanent walls are about to part at my command. You do not need to fight this battle with your own human cleverness anymore. You just need to stand still and watch my sovereign hand bring your deliverance to pass before your eyes. Your victory is fully guaranteed. I know you feel tired of being patient while time slips away. You think that you are getting too old to see your dreams come true, but my timing is never late, and I can restore the years that the locusts have eaten from your life. I can do more in a single second of my favor than you can accomplish in a lifetime of grinding. Do not let the loud noise of the world drown out my gentle whisper today. The enemy wants you to focus entirely on your physical limitations. He wants you to believe that your current situation is completely hopeless. But I am telling you that the dry bones in your valley are about to stand up as a mighty army because I am breathing new life into them. Are you listening to the deep cadence of my voice? Do not let this vital moment pass you by without a sincere response from your spirit. I am preparing your mind to receive a massive revelation that will completely alter your path. Don't rush away from this holy altar because I am about to expose the secret steps I took while you were crying alone. Listen carefully, because what I am about to say in this exact moment of your life will completely shift your earthly reality forever. What you perceived as a closed door was actually my divine protection. Do not call that painful delay a failure anymore. I am changing the entire foundation of your life today. I am doing this to rebuild your future. You thought you were breaking under the heat. You believed the storm would destroy your home, but you were actually being reshaped into a holy vessel of my glory. And the very spiritual battle that almost drained your remaining hope was absolute proof that your fragile life carries an immense purpose in my kingdom. The enemy targeted your mind because he is terrified of your rising light. He did not attack you because you were failing my tests. He attacked you because you are chosen. He knows that your season of hidden preparation is completely finished, and he wanted to freeze your steps before you could cross the glorious threshold. But today I am stripping the adversary of his legal authority over your thoughts. I declare over your life right now that the pattern of generational lack is broken. The invisible walls that told your ancestors this is as far as you can go are crumbling into dust right now at my command, because I have authorized your total freedom. You are no longer the one who must survive alone in the dark. I am raising you up to be a powerful beacon of light for others. The deep exhaustion you have known has given you a profound compassion that cannot be manufactured in a comfortable environment. Your private battles have given you an immense authority in prayer. Everything I have shown you today has been leading to this exact point of release. I have spoken my raw truth over every single lie you believed. I have replaced the heavy weight in your chest with a sovereign peace. Now there is only one step left for you to take, and that step belongs entirely to your obedience. I want you to stop trying to heal your own wounds with your empty strength. Lay down the heavy bags you have been carrying for so many miles. You do not have to fight these battles by your own cleverness anymore. I am asking you to surrender the control of your future into my capable hands right now, because I love you. Breathe deeply right now, my beloved child. Let your racing mind stop its frantic spinning for just 1 second. Lift your eyes to my face and let your shoulders completely relax. There is no condemnation here in my holy presence. I am your safe refuge, and I am already working out the intricate details ahead of your path. You have heard me whisper tender peace over your silent pain for many years. Now hear me declare your total freedom with supreme authority. The heavy delay you have been living under has finally served its divine purpose. I am doing something entirely new in your family line today, and the very physical ground under your feet is shifting right now. The waiting season is officially over. I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a blessing you cannot contain. The right door is finally swinging wide open for your family. What was sealed against your destiny is being unsealed by my word. No human hand can shut what I have unlocked for you today, and you will walk in victory. Think about the years you spent crying in the wilderness. You thought those seasons were completely wasted, but I was using the quiet isolation to cut away the negative attachments that would hinder your future flight. I was pruning your branches so that you could bear a massive harvest of joy that will shock everyone who mocked your delay. I am breaking down every mountain of obstacle that stands in your way. Every valley of depression is being filled with my supernatural gladness right now. I am breaking every chain. The chains of anxiety that locked your mind are snapping into broken pieces. You are stepping out of the role of a victim and into the place of divine stewardship. The declaration has been made in the courts of heaven. What remains is your single act of absolute surrender. Do not let the familiar spirit of fear convince you to run back to your old hiding places. You are ready for the magnitude of this shift. I have fully equipped your spirit to carry the weight of this new blessing. I see your weariness. I know how much you desire a place of true rest. That is why I have aligned this specific moment of stillness for your complete restoration. You do not need to grind any longer. You do not need to hustle to prove your worth to a world that will never appreciate your unique light. You are enough for me. Receive my unconditional grace right now into your soul. Let it wash away the old residue of shame and guilt. The mistakes of your past are buried in the deepest sea of my forgetfulness. I do not look at you and see a failure. I look at you and see a magnificent masterpiece that is ready to be displayed before the whole world. Heaven has authorized your breakthrough today. The angels are already moving to manifest my promises in your physical reality. You will see a sudden shift in your finances before this week ends. You will experience a miraculous restoration in your broken relationships, because I am turning the hearts of men toward you. The enemy has no more voice in your life. His cheap illusions are being exposed by the bright light of my presence. He told you that you were completely forgotten by heaven, but my current voice is proof that your name is written on my heart. Stand up straight and dust off the heavy ash of your painful yesterday. I am releasing an overflow of peace that surpasses all human understanding. It will guard your heart when the noise of the world tries to return. It will keep your mind steady when the unexpected storms hit your life. You are anchored in my steadfast love, and that love can never fail you through the generations. Let us seal this holy contract right now in the unseen realm. I want you to drop your weapons of self-defense. Stop trying to argue your case before people who refuse to see your innocence. I am your supreme judge, and I have already cleared your name of every false accusation. Your vindication is mine to perform. The ceiling your family has lived under for many decades is shattered. You are the chosen child who will walk through the broken glass into absolute abundance. The lack that defined your childhood will not define the future of your children. I am changing the financial narrative of your house right now by my power. You will look back at this exact day and call it your great turning point. You will realize that the pain you endured was not an instrument of torture. It was a holy tool used to shape your character into a diamond that can withstand any pressure. You are stronger than you think, because my Holy Spirit lives deep inside your heart. The move now belongs entirely to your faith. I am commanding you to release the resentment you held against the people who hurt you. Forgive them not because they deserve your mercy, but because your soul deserves to be free from their heavy chains. Let them go so that you can run toward your destiny without hindrance. I am pouring my holy oil upon your tired head right now. It is overflowing down your garments and refreshing your dry spirit. The oil of joy is replacing the spirit of mourning in your life. The garment of praise is replacing the heavy spirit of deep depression. You are being clothed with the beautiful majesty of heaven. Do not let the distractions of the world steal this peace when you turn off this device. Hold this sacred vibe deep inside your chest like a precious treasure. Whenever the anxiety tries to creep back into your thoughts, remember my commanding voice that told you to be still. I am still on the throne of your life. The battle you fought in absolute silence is officially won. You do not need to look back at the wreckage of your yesterday. The future I have engineered for your life is so bright that it will completely erase the memory of your long suffering. Trust my divine process and receive this final blessing of total restoration. Walk with me into this new dawn. The storm has passed completely. Your soul is now secure. You can feel the quiet stillness filling up your room right now. And as you breathe in my wonderful presence, the remaining shadows of your anxious past are melting away like morning mist. The struggle is truly over. You are safe now. The light is here. Your heart knows my familiar tone. It responds to my voice. You do not need to look back at the wreckage behind your path. I have cleared the sharp thorns from your tomorrow, and every single step you take from this day forward will be ordered by my divine wisdom because I have chosen you to shine brightly. You are fully restored. Trust the path. Let us anchor this heavenly peace inside your spirit right now. Do not let the distractions of the world steal this massive breakthrough from your life. Like this video right now, as a sacred act of agreement between your heart and mine. And as you perform this simple gesture, you are releasing a deep spiritual signal that locks my promises into your physical reality. Your faith is beautiful. When you press that button, you are telling the enemy that his reign of panic is officially finished. You are claiming your magnificent inheritance as a true heir to my unshakable kingdom. And my holy angels will record your obedience in the books of heaven because you chose absolute trust over paralyzing fear. Stand firm in your new identity. You have survived the worst seasons of your life with quiet dignity. The lonely nights inside the dark bathroom are now part of your historical testimony. I am turning your deepest pain into a beautiful crown of glory, and the people who once looked down on your quiet waiting season will soon watch you rise with great wonder as my glory covers your household. You are no longer hidden away. I have prepared a grand table of abundance for your household. Your cup will overflow with joy and financial prosperity very soon. You will have enough resources to bless everyone in your local community. Because I am unlocking the vast storehouses of heaven over your family line today, you can finally put down your heavy shield. You are free. Now write down your honest confirmation in the comments section below. Write the words, "God is my safe refuge," if you choose to trust my guidance completely today. When you type these letters, you are releasing your old worries into my capable hands. And as your confession enters the digital atmosphere, my holy presence will drive away every lingering shadow of dark oppression. Type it now. Every text you type is a sacred seed of your growing faith. Do not be ashamed to confess my name before the digital crowd on this platform. I see your fingertips moving right now on the glass screen, and I am already pouring out a double portion of my healing grace upon your household because you honored my presence. You are heavily blessed. You are the chosen cycle breaker of your entire generation. The ancient family curses of poverty and depression have lost their grip on your lineage. I am giving you a new name and a fresh assignment, and as you step forward into your authentic power, you will lead thousands of broken souls out of their own dark deserts. You are a true leader, but this magnificent light was not given to you for complete isolation. You are called to be a living sanctuary for other weary warriors. Share this message with 3 souls who are secretly crying out for hope right now. When you send these words to those hurting spirits, you are acting as my feet on this earth to rescue the lost from their despair. Extend your holy mission. Think of the specific people in your life who are silently breaking inside. They smile for the world but drown in their own hidden agony every single night. You have the exact key to their prison cells. By sharing my words, you are breaking their invisible chains and fulfilling your divine destiny as a true messenger of light. Go now. Are you still listening to the deep cadence of my voice? Pause right here. Let this deep truth settle comfortably into your soul. I need your absolute attention for the final seal of this blessing. The environment around your room is humming with intense celestial activity because the magnificent host of heaven is currently celebrating your obedience. Be still. To stay connected to my daily guidance, subscribe to this channel right now. Do not walk away from this altar and return to the chaotic noise of the world. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss the specific instructions I will speak over your next steps. I want to guide your daily path through this dark world. The enemy will try to steal your peace tomorrow morning. He will bring back the old familiar thoughts of lack and anxiety to confuse your mind. But when you stay connected to my daily word, you will have a sharp sword to defeat his illusions. Your mind will remain sharp and focused on my magnificent promise. You will win. If this message has brought light to your weary heart, you have an opportunity to honor this divine alignment. You can choose to show your deep gratitude through a super thanks seed today. This is not a human obligation or a heavy transaction. It is simply a sweet offering of thanksgiving from your spirit that acknowledges my sovereign presence across your daily journey. I do not ask for your worldly wealth, because I own the hills and the rivers. But when you honor my sanctuary with your physical substance, you are opening a much wider door for supernatural multiplication across your household. I will bless the work of your hands and secure your family from unexpected financial storms. Trust my absolute provision. You are secure. Come closer to me now. Receive my final blessing of eternal peace. I am sealing your body from sickness and shielding your mind from fear. The waiting season is officially finished. You are stepping into a beautiful era of joy, laughter, and supernatural breakthrough that will outshine all your past trauma. You are victorious. I walk with you always. I will never leave your side for a single breath. When the world grows cold, my love will keep your heart warm and vibrant. Look up at the bright sky right now, because your magnificent redemption has finally arrived after so many years of weeping. Sleep peacefully tonight, knowing that I am already working out your tomorrow. Rest your mind. This year of 2026 is your appointed time for restoration. I am reversing the losses of the past decade. You will see my hand moving across your bank accounts and your relationships very clearly. And as you walk into this new season of abundance, you will forget the bitter taste of the wilderness. because my goodness will overflow your house. Your joy is back. Do not look at the clock with fear anymore. Time is working for you under my sovereign command. I am accelerating your progress to make up for the years you spent waiting in isolation. The people who mocked your slow journey will soon ask for your secret formula, and you will tell them with a peaceful smile that your only secret is the unconditional favor of your loving Father. Stand up. Let the peace settle into your bones right now. You have fought a good fight as a secret warrior in the dark. Your armor is heavy, but your victory is completely secured. And tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, you will notice a strange lightness in your chest that signals the arrival of my new era. Walk forward with absolute courage. You are my precious jewel. Even when you were covered in the thick dust of the valley, your immense value never disappeared from my eyes. I have cleaned your garments and placed a signet ring on your finger. Go forward with absolute confidence into the future, because the sovereign creator of the entire universe heavily favors your precious name. You are a masterpiece. The surprise I promised you is already unfolding inside your life. You will notice the first sign of my shift before the sun sets today. Open your arms wide and receive this massive overflow of grace. Remember my gentle voice every single day. Hold fast to my sacred promise and live your life as a glorious conqueror. Amen.